It's a final from LAMBEAU. The Packers win. The Browns cover. 24-22 is your final. Aaron Rodgers, with his 443rd career touchdown pass, breaks a tie with Brett Favre for the all-time mark in franchise history. Threw 3 touchdowns in the first half, pacing the Packers. Davante Adams caught 2 of those. The 2 together now have 66. That's better than what Rodgers and Jordy Nelson had with 65. Injuries for Aaron Rodgers. Still had that pinky toe accidentally stepped on by Roche Newman, his own teammate. A couple notes for Cleveland. A lot of COVID protocol reserve guys. Chris Nagar was making his debut as the place kicker, missed one early. And for Baker Mayfield, first career 4-interception game. Aaron Rodgers only has 4 total this season. The Browns, 6 lost by 6 or less this season. That is the most in the NFL. What's good, streaming people? Tommy Tran with our 2-time Super Bowl champ Bryant McFadden to break down the Browns and Packers game. And really, B-Mac, it shouldn't have been this close with Cleveland and actually a chance to win with their final drive of the game. What are your big takeaways from this Christmas Day game?
Yeah, it's amazing that Cleveland made this ball game, came within 2 points. Looking at how bad Baker Mayfield played, totaling 4 interceptions. Clearly that costly game-winning interception by Green Bay. A questionable no call there on that play, but in all, he didn't play well. Their defense kept them within reach of making this game competitive. Nick Chubb did a phenomenal job basically putting the offense on his back, but they didn't have enough. They gave Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers too many opportunities. And when you're playing against a playoff caliber team like the Green Bay Packers on the road, you can't make it easy for them. And the Cleveland Browns, because of the mistakes, made it easy for the Green Bay Packers.
It was interesting because when Rodgers sort of got stepped on going into the break, coming out, they looked a little conservative. When you look again, it really comes down to this game being won and lost in the first half with the defensive tactics or philosophy going up against Aaron Rodgers and the lack of maybe covering or doubling Davante Adams and then maybe giving Baker Mayfield too much, accessibility and leeway to throw it out there. What do you think of that first half specifically, B-Mac?
Well, great first half by the Green Bay Packers, scoring 21 points. They were clicking on both sides. A horrible first half by the Cleveland Browns. And it was mostly horrible because of the non-football related tactics, not things that are not within the ball game, just the decisions, right? There's no way in the world, if you're the Cleveland Browns, it's okay for Nick Chubb to only have 5 carries in the first half. He's one of the more outstanding, prolific running backs in the National Football League. And clearly your offense is at its best when he's running the football. But for him to only have 5 carries in the first half, it doesn't make any sense. So when he's not touching the football, guess who is touching the football more? The quarterback in Baker Mayfield. And you look at these highlights, costly interceptions all in the first half. When you're taking the ball away from Nick Chubb, you're putting it in Baker Mayfield's hands. And he is not that type of quarterback that can give you sound production when those opportunities present themselves to him. Me personally, Kevin Stefanski has been a real good play caller throughout the course of this season, especially with a shorthand of personnel from what they've been dealing with. But in the first half, you should never only allow Nick Chubb 5 carries. That's a recipe for disaster.
Too little, too late. Nick Chubb, who finished with 126 yards, but as you mentioned, a slow start for him. B-Mac, Cleveland's in big trouble when it comes to the AFC wildcard picture. What do you think about Cleveland? And then there's obviously the Baker Mayfield situation and the contract talks that certainly will be looming at the end of the season.
I don't think Cleveland can get into the postseason right now. This was a huge game they allowed to slip through their fingers. When you look at the playoff picture, it's a very, very sticky race. Right now, they're in the bottom of their own division. So for them to find a way to get into the playoff conversation, they got to find a way to get out of the number 4 seed in their division alone. And then when you transition to the quarterback on a national stage, Baker Mayfield showed not just the organization, but the entire football world that he is not the quarterback that should warrant a top-level contract. And if you're the Cleveland Browns, what do? Because you're not going to give him a handsome ransom similar to what we've seen from the more recent quarterback deals like a Josh Allen and guys like that. Right now, he is a middle-of-the-pack quarterback, in my opinion, at best. And we know middle-of-the-pack quarterbacks don't get those type mega deals per year salary and guaranteed money. So the Cleveland Browns they have a lot to think about, but most importantly now, it's about finding a way to get back into that playoff conversation.
He has been dealing with wearing a harness on that non-throwing shoulder for a lot this year. But again, Cleveland fans and talking about Baker Mayfield not exactly having the best faith in him as their long-term option. All right, let's flip the script. We got to talk about the team that not only won tonight at home in LAMBEAU, they're in the conversation for that first-round bye and top overall seed. What were your takeaways from Green Bay in terms of how you like them and where you rank them in the NFC?
Outstanding first half. Didn't really see the same energy and production in the second half, but they had enough to finish the drill. But I can tell you this much. When their defense is rolling, I mean, they're a very, very difficult ball club to go against and try to get a big-time win. We know what Aaron Rodgers can provide, and hopefully that toe can heal up for him to be the prolific quarterback he's been throughout this season. But this is a team right now, they control their own destiny. If they continue to win and chip away like they've been doing, everything in the postseason in the NFC will have to come through Lambeau Field, and that's a very, very daunting task for any team, especially in the month of January. So me personally, I think they are the best team in the NFC right now, and it's just a matter of time before they get all their soldiers on deck on the defensive side. Hopefully they can get Smith back, Jair Alexander back. You look at how Douglas has been playing, Rasul Douglas. Now you add a guy like Jair in the secondary. Their defense will be much better than what we're seeing. But as long as number 12 is healthy and the connection that he has with Devontae Adams, you look at Aaron Jones, you look at A.J. Dillon, and eventually the offensive line will be fully healthy as well. This could be a very, very difficult team to face, especially there at Lambeau Field.
How concerned are you about the toe?
I'm not concerned. I think it's going to be something that will linger the entire season. But he has shown the ability to not allow the toe to hamper his production. Now, today, his foot got stepped on, but luckily enough for Aaron Rodgers, it wasn't the toe. But I can tell you this much. Anyone who has played football, especially in cold weather, if your feet get stepped on, if your toes get stepped on, it's going to hurt. But he was able to still go out and play football. And I think most importantly for him, just protecting that pinky toe. If he can do that, Aaron Rodgers is going to be okay because that arm and his above-the-shoulder game is not going anywhere anytime soon.
You've played with good quarterbacks, Hall of Fame caliber quarterbacks. The Rodgers record breaking Brett Favre tonight. Can you put into context what A-Rod has done and been able to do so far in his career?
And Hall of Fame quarterback, first ballot Hall of Famer. I think when it's all said and done, he will go down as the best Green Bay Packer quarterback in organization history, in my opinion. And the best is still yet to come. He's still continuing to add to his resume. One of the more talented quarterbacks to ever walk on an NFL field. He's just an outstanding player. And the job he's doing this year, man, it has been spectacular. The only thing that's left for Aaron Rodgers to do is to win a championship. I mean, his career is already put up there in football heaven in Canton, in my opinion. But right now, what he's doing, he's just adding to his resume.
Two-time Super Bowl champ Bryant McFadden breaking it down with us post-game. Browns and Packers. B-Mac, certainly appreciate it. And again, we have to just enjoy and marvel what Aaron Rodgers has been able to do. Taking a look at just past 5 games. Again, dealing with that toe. Talking about injuries to that Green Bay team. Again, Baker Mayfield threw 4 touchdowns, or rather interceptions, in this game. And Aaron Rodgers only has 4 total this season. He has been balling out, and on Christmas Day, he continued that trend, although from a passing yards perspective, not as much as he's had over the past 5 games.